We know your secrets, Donald. We know what you're hiding, and we know you want to silence us from talking about your deteriorating health, but we're not going to be silenced. As the Daily Beast reports, Trump, 79, is fuming over coverage of his deteriorating health, and the MeidasTouch network has been at the forefront of covering it, bringing on medical experts to discuss what might be going on with Donald Trump as we see his physical and mental deterioration. I want to share this with you as well, though, because a lot of this is staring us in the face right now, right? And here you can see that one of the things that Donald Trump is doing at the White House, he's putting up signs all around him to remind him where he is, who he is. So when Donald Trump is out having lunch, there's a sign by him saying, President Donald J. Trump. This is when he eats at Mar-a-Lago or when he's in the cafeteria. Why would you need to have a placard next to yourself when you're eating? Now, you know there have been signs all around the White House telling Donald Trump where the different rooms are. So before there was paper that said like West Wing, Oval Office, and now it's been replaced by, I think these like fake gold letters, but it says, the West Wing is over here. The Oval Office is over here. And I think it's because he doesn't know where he is. That's my view. My opinion, to be clear. I don't think he knows where he is. At all of his cabinet meetings, his cabinet members all have signs with their names on it. I mean, shouldn't you know who your cabinet is by this point and what their names are? The White House tries to cover up for it a lot too. Like Donald Trump will scribble his name on walls and they'll be like, a real signature with a real pen, groundbreaking. Like, why are you writing your name on walls? That's not normal behavior. Of course, there are all the videos and tapes of Donald Trump not being able to walk straight. The Prime Minister of Japan, Takaishi, had to help him walk, chaperone him because he couldn't walk straight. He didn't know where he was. You saw Donald Trump with Vladimir Putin in Alaska. Donald Trump was zigzagging. He couldn't walk in a straight line. When you look at what happened to Donald Trump's father, Fred, who died of conditions related to Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's was diagnosed in the early 90s and then rapidly deteriorated. And Fred, Donald Trump's dad, got Alzheimer's right around the age that Donald Trump is right now. Very similar. Alzheimer's is genetic. It runs in the family. And Trump's family has a ton of Alzheimer's in it. We've heard from Trump's nephew, Fred Trump III, who talks about how it's a real serious issue in the Trump family. Alzheimer's runs in the family right around Donald Trump's age specifically. So you look at the literature on Alzheimer's and dementia in general. Alzheimer's, dementia patients, sometimes they'll have signage throughout their home just to remind them who they are. This is the bathroom. This is your bedroom. This is your house. Here are photos of people in your life with their names on it to remind you who you are, especially in doors and rooms. Bedrooms, lounges, says bedroom, lounge on it. There's a data point there. Let me recount this. This is how Vanity Fair talked about Donald Trump's father, Fred. There is a long history in the Trump family of denying serious illness. According to a Trump family friend, Trump's father, Fred Trump Sr., insisted on working even after his Alzheimer's disease advanced in the 1990s. To retire is to expire, Fred Sr. would say. The friend said that as Fred Sr.'s disease worsened, he once came down the stairs wearing 3 neckties. The family created a system so that Fred could think he was still running the Trump organization. Every day, Fred Sr. would go to the office in Brooklyn, and they would give him blank papers to sort through and sign. The phone on Fred's desk was set up so that it could only dial out to his secretary. Fred pretended to work, the family friend said. The White House did not immediately respond for a comment. This was written in about 2020 as the Vanity Fair was covering what was going on with COVID. But I think then you started to see really some of the big signs of Donald Trump's cognitive deterioration. And right now, it's just, I think, rapidly accelerating. Congresswoman Sidney Kamlager-Dove, she explained this, and this is what really clicked. Go back and watch the video I did yesterday on the Alzheimer's drug Leqembi. And it seems that the symptoms line up here. In terms of the Alzheimer's drug, Leqembi, and it was one of the first times I was like, that's a unifying theory of the case, and it kind of makes everything make sense. I want to talk about that. I want to remind you, though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may think that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, but you may not actually be subscribed. So please subscribe. We're on our way to 6 million subscribers. We're under attack from the Trump regime and from state regime media, Fox, like every day. So please, if you can, help us get to that 6 million subscriber mark. Okay. It goes on to talk about how there's this Alzheimer's drug, Leqembi. It's administered through an infusion through the hand, frequently, can cause swelling, bleeding, or fluid leakage in the brain, requiring regular MRIs. It can cause tiredness. And we see Donald Trump's hand. He's getting frequent infusions through that hand. Right? I mean, it's happening on a consistent basis. We see the swelling, we see the tiredness, and we see the regular MRIs. And again, when Donald Trump's doctor put out a statement, a doctor's note, if you will, on December 1st, saying that Donald Trump had a preventative abdominal MRI, there's no such thing as a preventative abdominal MRI. It just doesn't exist. We had Dr. Vin Gupta, who runs Midas Health, reach out to all of the top radiologists and MRI technicians and doctors in this field. There's no such thing as a preventative abdominal MRI. There's really no such thing as preventative MRIs per se. Although if you were to get a preventative MRI, CEOs and executives that, I don't know, say they want to get a preventative MRI. I don't know. You wouldn't just do it in the abdomen. That's a weird area to just do it on. You would do it in the brain, the spine. You would do the whole body. So why would you do a preventative MRI and not get results from your brain? And why are you constantly taking cognitive exams? No one takes those cognitive exams usually at all, or with certainly that degree of frequency, unless you have dementia or you have some sort of mental learning situation that requires that.
Politics are messy. Your brain doesn't have to be. That's the IndaCloud advantage. IndaCloud is your online cannabis dispensary. Gummies, flower, pre-rolls, and more. All federally legal THC, DEA certified, lab tested, shipped discreet. When the headlines won't stop, at least your brain can. The first time I tried IndaCloud, I wasn't trying to escape the world. I just wanted one night where my brain didn't feel like a news ticker. One gummy later, I actually slept instead of scrolling through comment sections. I mean, with this nonstop political chaos, my phone feels like a fire alarm, so getting one quiet night, a miracle. Better sleep in the world won't slow down, a calmer buzz when the group chat gets too loud, potent pre-rolls for when your brain won't stop fact-checking itself, and $70 ounces, less than your monthly coffee spend. This is how you unplug without falling behind. If you're 21 or older, check out indacloud.co and use code MIDAS for 40% off your first order plus free shipping. This is IndaCloud's biggest sale of the year, and it lasts all month long because peace of mind should not expire in half a day. That's indacloud.co, code MIDAS, MEIDAS. 40% off, free shipping, and a quieter break reserved for our listeners. Seriously, unsubscribe from one news alert, pick up ounces instead. As always, please enjoy responsibly, and thanks to IndaCloud for sponsoring today's episode.
I want to share this with, why did I share with you the story about Fred showing up to work and recreating this scene that he was working when he wasn't really working, so that he felt that he was showing up at his office. It reminded me a lot of what went down on Friday with Donald Trump and the head of FIFA. And so the head of FIFA, and I think this guy is very corrupt. I'm always giving you my opinions. I think FIFA is a very corrupt organization. I love soccer, football, and then Donald Trump wants to rename American football right now. But I think he's a very corrupt entity, but I love watching soccer. But Donald Trump and this guy who's the head of FIFA, first off, they hang out like every 2 weeks. You always see the guy from FIFA there. And like, I understand that there's going to be the World Cup in the United States, but still, like, why is this guy always around? It's weird. But they created a peace prize because Donald Trump didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize. So they wanted to make Donald Trump feel that he won the peace prize, right? The way they made Fred feel that he was running the Trump organization. Trump's never been happier getting this fake medal. It's like, why is FIFA, that involves soccer, giving peace prizes? Like, what are we talking about here? But it's the happiest I've ever seen Donald Trump, for real, wearing a fake medal. And the head of FIFA was saying how you deserve this medal. And I'm thinking what it must be like what the Trump family was telling Fred. You're doing great work, Fred. You're doing really good. Yeah, you're showing up to work. Right? That's kind of how we would, I think, speak to Alzheimer's patients. You're doing great, you know, and trying to be nice and create comfort around the individual. So, I mean, just watch what this head of FIFA says to him. You definitely deserve the first FIFA prize. Here, play this clip.
Mr. President, and you definitely deserve the first FIFA Peace Prize for your action, for what you have obtained in your way, but you obtained it in an incredible way, and you can always count, Mr. President, on my support, on the support of the entire football community or soccer community to help you make peace and make the world prosper all over the world. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The floor is all yours. Thank you.
And then just notice what this guy's saying to Trump too. This is your peace prize. You can wear it wherever you want to go. I mean, look, even if you win a Nobel Peace Prize, if you win the Nobel Peace Prize or you win a gold medal in the Olympics, you're not wearing these wherever you want to go. But Trump definitely wants to like wear this medal to all of these locations. Here, play this clip.
This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
I'm gonna wear it right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
And then he gives this rambling speech about when you look at what's happened to football, why do we call football football? Soccer should be called football. Ha ha ha, I've just thought of this. Come on, here, play this clip.
He scored 3 goals that day. I said, that man can play. I was pretty young at that point, and who knew this was going to happen? But when you look at what has happened to football in the United States, is again soccer in the United States. We seem to never call it that because we have a little bit of a conflict with another thing that's called football. But when you think about it, shouldn't it really be called? I mean, this is football. There's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for this.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense when you think about it. It's really football. But who would have thought it would have come to a level?
And then that brings me to this. And I think when we create a unifying theory of the case and say, is this Alzheimer's like his father Fred had? Is that what we're observing right now? One of the signs of Alzheimer's or bad dementia is something called disinhibition, blurting things out. Now, we know Donald Trump is a blowhard in general. We know he's a disgusting human his whole life. So he's gross with people. He says disgusting things about women all the time. So stipulated. But when he called the reporter Piggy, was it a Bloomberg reporter? He called her Piggy. Watch how he did it. It's like he couldn't control it. Quiet, you piggy. Quiet, you piggy. And that right there to me is a classic telltale sign of disinhibition. He blurted, he looked at her, he thought Piggy because he's disgusting. And he go, Piggy. And I think that this is part of it. I really do. I think that this is part of the behavior that we're seeing here. Play this clip.
Sir, is there something incriminating in the file, Venezuela, sir?
Because this is how we can understand the dementia behaviors or Alzheimer's behavior, disinhibition. Here, play this clip.
There are a number of reasons why disinhibition can occur. The frontal lobe of the brain is our social filter. And if that is affected by the dementia, as it often is, then you lose that filter and you lose that ability to know what is a normal social behavior.
So now I'll just show you what Fred Trump III, Donald Trump's nephew, had to say about Fred Trump, about Donald Trump's father. Here, play this clip.
I know what I saw in my grandfather. I know what I saw in Donald's older sister, my Aunt Marianne, who in the end, thank you for saying, I am not a doctor. I don't pretend to be. I know the warning signs from both of my grandfathers, what it is. Donald's cousin, John Walters, had dementia. It runs in the family. I'm not happy about it because guess what? I worry about it myself. You know, where's my glasses? Oh, on the top of my head now. I don't know. That may be Alzheimer's, but it runs in the family. He looks older, and I get it. I mean, I'm not saying anybody who is in that office looks different than when they come out. But the things he's spewing and the craziness, and he just can't stick to a message.
And then psychologist Dr. John Gartner, who you've seen here on the MeidasTouch Network, and he's been making a lot of appearances on the Daily Beast. They've been doing good work at the Daily Beast as well, covering Trump's health. Here's what he said. Play this clip.
He may have Alzheimer's. His symptoms seem to point more towards frontotemporal dementia. In dementia, we see deterioration in at least 4 main areas. Language. During the campaign, there were supercuts of people making fun of him for his mispronunciations or malprepisms. Memory. We talked about last time about his not recognizing Hakeem Jeffries. Behavior, his disinhibited behavior. And then finally, psychomotor performance. It appears like it is on the right side of his body that he had the droop with the face. It's also on the right side of his body that he has the wide-based gait where he swings his leg in kind of a semicircle. And what we're seeing is consistent, gross, progressive deterioration in all of these 4 areas. In dementia, very overlearned motor behaviors, things we don't actually think about because they're so overlearned, those programs start to deteriorate. One of the things that I'd like to point out is I believe his doctors who have examined him know that this is not within normal limits. And I think the information that has leaked out is enough for us to conclude that they know he has organic cognitive decline. If Donald Trump were just an ordinary patient and you saw these kinds of serious signs of dementia, a responsible doctor would give him both a neuropsychological battery and an MRI.
Now, I'll just leave you with this because I showed you how Trump was behaving at that FIFA event. Could you imagine if former President Biden behaved that way? You see, there's a difference. Biden is old and he behaves as an older male or older person would. He's 81, 82. He's slower. It accentuates the stutter, slower thought process, the way he walks. What you're seeing with Biden is age slowing down, not dementia, not Alzheimer's. Like Biden spoke yesterday. I'll just show you a small portion here, but you'll see the difference between aging and old versus something that may be mental deterioration, whether that's Alzheimer's, dementia, something else. Here, play this clip.
You've heard me say before, that when I was growing up, whenever something bad happened, I used to be a stutterer and people made a lot of fun of you, a lot of other things. My dad would look at me and say, Joey, just get up. Get up, Joey. Get up. Well, folks, that's my message to all of us today. To all who love our country. To all of us who are dismayed by the present state of the union. This is no time to give up. It's time to get up. Get up and fight back. Get up. Continue to fight. And what's the fight all about? It's not hyper. It's about protecting the Constitution. It's about protecting the Constitution.
You let me know what you think, but there you have it. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. We appreciate you so much for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.